How to develop an awesome memory with me, David Thomas. Lesson 1, Introduction. As I travel all over the world teaching people how to improve their memory, the number one challenge I face is overcoming their chimps. There is a brilliant book called The Chimp Paradox by Steve Peters. He talks about the fact that we have two brains, a logical brain that works on information and a chimp brain that works on emotion. Memory is a brilliant example of this. People come up to me all the time and try and have competitions to tell me how bad their memory is. Now the logical brain is going, there's nothing wrong with your memory. You get up in the morning and perform loads of tasks. You go to work and perform diligently, mainly through having memorized lots of things that you should. And then there are lots of fun facts and things that you do in your spare time that help you to have a rich and varied life through memory. But chimp brain comes in and goes, yes, but what happened when you were 7 and you did a test? You came last. How do you feel? Or you meet someone, they give you their name, and 10 seconds later you can't remember what it is. Our memories work perfectly fine, but there are just occasions when they don't work very well. And that's when I get comments like this. I have a dreadful memory. My memory has to get worse the older I get. I've either got a great memory or I haven't. Well, the great news is there are only two types of memory, trained or untrained. And I'm going to show you exactly how to train your memory. But first, we've got to do a memory test. There's no point in me telling you what I can do, and there's no point in me telling you what I think you can do. That's just an intellectual conversation. You need to see for yourselves what you are truly capable of. So we're going to do a memory test. You will need a paper and pen, so pause the video and go and get them. Welcome back. The test is going to be dead simple. I'm going to give you 20 objects, and at the end I want you to write down as many as you can. So here we are, our 20 objects. Egg, milk bottle, telescope, door, lawnmower, skateboard, football, window, computer, elephant, Bugs Bunny, flag, car, tree, hat, tower, dolphin, tennis racket, wrapping paper, eagle. Pause the video and write down as many as you can. Welcome back. Here's a list. Give yourself a mark out of 20 for each one that you got right. If there are any on your list that are not on mine, they don't count. This is not creativity. There is one basic principle that underpins all memory improvement training. Begins with I. Imagination. If I give you the word breakfast, what are you thinking of? You're thinking of the black word breakfast, or are you thinking of the image breakfast? Well, of course you're thinking of the image, and yet most information comes black words on a white background. Well, the great news is our imagination is perfect and infinite. I could describe to you the house I live in, and you could imagine it. I could describe 1,000 houses to you, and you could imagine those too. I'm now going to show you just how powerful your imagination is. I'm going to tell you a little story with some weird and wonderful images using the 20 objects I gave you earlier. When we finish this, I'm going to ask you to see how many you can remember this time. Imagine you're cracking open an egg and out falls a milk bottle. On top of the milk bottle is a telescope. You look through the telescope, you see a door. You go through the door, there's a lawnmower. The lawnmower is riding on a skateboard. The skateboard is kicking a football. The football smashes through a window and lands on a computer. On top of the computer is an elephant. Riding on the elephant is Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny is waving a flag. The flag has got a picture of a car on it. Out the sunroof of the car is a tree. On top of the tree is a hat. The hat has got a tower on top. In the balcony of the tower is a dolphin. The dolphin is playing with a tennis racket. The tennis racket is covered in wrapping paper, and the wrapping paper has pictures of eagles on it. Now I'm going to go through this again, but this time I want you to shut your eyes. Go on, you know you want to. Imagine I am cracking open an egg and out falls a milk bottle. On top of the milk bottle is a telescope. You look through the telescope and there's a door. You go through the door, there's a lawnmower. The lawnmower is riding on a skateboard. The skateboard kicks a football. The football smashes through a window and lands on a computer. On top of the computer is an elephant. Riding on the elephant is Bugs Bunny. What's up, Doc? Bugs Bunny is waving a flag. The flag has got a picture of a car on it. Out of the sunroof of the car is a tree. On top of the tree is a hat. Resting on the hat is a tower. In the balcony of the tower is a dolphin. Ooh. The dolphin is playing with a tennis racket. The tennis racket is covered in wrapping paper, and on the wrapping paper are pictures of eagles. Pause the video again. See how many you can get this time. Welcome back. There's your list. Give yourself a mark out of 20. Now call it a hunch, but I think you probably improved. Now if you improved by just one, that would be an increase of 5%. That might not seem a lot, but if you did that in an exam, that would be half a grade. A huge improvement. If you improved by 2, that would be 10%. Now if you went into work tomorrow and your boss gave you a 10% rise, you'd be absolutely over the moon. But here's some great news. Repetition only played a tiny part in your improvement. I did repeat the objects, but that is not the reason why it was successful. And you know this because you used your imagination to remember the story. You already have a fantastic memory. All I did is give you a technique that works with your brain in the way that it naturally works. This stuff is not based on intellectual intelligence. If it was, I wouldn't be teaching it. So why should you listen to me? My name is David Thomas and that is me in that dandy looking shirt. When I was at school, I didn't do very well and I have no college education. After school, I joined the fire service because you didn't need any qualifications. But I kept failing my exams and the officer in charge said, "You'll never pass." Then one day, because I wanted to pass my exams, I bought a book on memory after seeing this guy on TV. 8 months later, I went to the World Memory Championships and came 4th. The following year, I came 3rd. The year after that, I broke a Guinness record for reciting pi to 22,500 digits, mainly because I have no friends. That then propelled me to a completely new area, and I became a professional speaker after leaving the fire service. To date, I've spoken in 32 countries, including some fantastic places like the Tower of London and Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, and I have spoken to every kind of audience. I've written 3 books, and the second one went #1 in the Sunday Times, and I've done more than 500 media appearances, including going on Oprah. Ooh! I hold a world record for memorising 100 individually shuffled packs of playing cards, and I was US memory champion. So why am I bragging about all that I've achieved? In the last 20 years I've been involved in self-development. There is one thing I've known and learned more than anything else. When you want to learn something brand new, you've got to go to the highest quality source. If you go to an inferior source, then you will not get the techniques that work at the very highest level, and that will limit your capability to do the best that you can. What's in the course? We cover some stuff that is personal, like passing exams, how to memorise playing cards, how to memorise numbers, and even traffic directions, a small but stressful thing. We look at professional skills, like being able to memorise names, interview information, presentations, and languages. We also do some other cool stuff, like mind mapping and motivation. Yes, that really is a purple cow. Spaced repetition, and exercise and lifestyle. But what's in it for you? Why would you bother giving up your hard-earned time and cash to do this course? For me, there are 3 distinct benefits. 1, It gives you a fantastic feeling to be able to do these things. That's you going, who's brilliant? That's me in a dandy shirt going, you are? And that's you going, well, hey! Do you have too much time on your hands? I didn't think so. None of us do. Using the techniques and ideas and strategies on this course will help you reduce the amount of time it takes to improve your memory and learn new things. Improving your memory is also a fantastically cool skill for work. It's a transferable skill, which means that you'll be more valuable in the marketplace. So, let's get cracking. Get your memory on my little spaceship, come to Planet Thomas, learn some fantastically cool stuff, and take your memory to the stars. Don't forget, you are what you can remember.